Get rid of that worn out carpet, that dull vinyl floor, to an updated wood textured looking vinyl plank floor by Traffic Master. This is the Allure Oak. I'm going to show you just how easy and simple it is to lay this floor down. I'm Rick. Shut the heck up, you stinking roosters. For your sanity. This is a shadow. Hello and welcome. First time stopping by, new to the channel. Thank you so much for taking some of your time out to view. I really appreciate that. Today I'm going to go over real quickly how to lay a vinyl plank floor. This is probably one of the easiest floors I've laid in a long time. Literally, you want to throw it over top of your existing dull, ugly looking vinyl floor. It's fine. There's no underlayment you have to lay, nothing. You literally just lay this down right on top of whatever you have, or take that carpet off. Of course, you got to give it a quick scrape, maybe, whatever. If they had any glue for the padding, make sure everything's nice, and we lay this down. Very, very simple. So I'm going to bring it up here. I'm going to kind of go over it a little bit with you, show you the tools. You can lay this down in one day. This is the Allure Oak by Traffic Master. 16 planks per case, and that will cover a 24 square foot area. These are 6 inches wide by 36 inches long. Tools used, very basic. Literally a straight edge. I used this square because when you get to the one end of the room, you have to cut it lengthwise, so I wanted something a little bit longer so I can mark a better edge. A razor. Basically you just score line and these things break. I did do a bathroom, so I had to remove the toilet and to cut a circle around the outer edge of the ring of the toilet. I used these, and I use these when I want to cut a little extra away when I was cutting near the door jamb. And I used a Sharpie to mark it, and of course a tape measure. That was my arsenal of tools laying this floor. That is it. No saws, no nothing. Very simple, very basic. Now this is the floor. You have the edge here and an edge here. On the back side, this one's been cut, but it should be like that. You would have that extra edge, and you have this edge. That edge you lay right on top of that when you lay them together. And basically that's it. This creates a tight, I don't want to put it on there because it'll stick. You put that on, you lay it down, it creates a very tight, sticking, tight joint. You almost can't even see the seam on some of them. It's just, I'm really amazed how easy this goes. But I will tell you, this isn't as sticky because it's been out in the shop and it's got stuff on it, so it's not as sticky. Fresh out of the box, if you just tap it like that, it's stuck. You gotta pull it off. So the paper that divides these, when I was laying this out, I'd lay the paper down about here and here. I would lay the paper about like that. That way I could get this in that joint. It didn't stick. So I could pull it up and then I would pull away. This isn't the paper that came with it. I'm just using it as a demo. But I would use the paper that divides these, especially when I got to the end where I had to cut around door jambs or cut around the closets. I would set that on there so I could mark the mark where I wanted to get around that corner of the edge. And then that way I could pull it off and check the fit prior to setting this on here for the final fit. So the paper that comes in here, use that along the edges when you're trying to cut around corners and edges so you don't get it stuck by accident. Because I'm telling you, I did it a couple times and it was a pain to get off because it just sticks really good. So I used that paper and it saved a lot of headache the rest of the way. And it's something I learned, because again, this is the first time I ever laid this floor down, so it was a learning process for me. Let's say this was the wall dividing the room and the closet. Now if it's sitting like that, and these are going down, I'll flip these around like this. For demonstration purposes, let's just say this is the plank. Let's just say the other plank that's on here, if it was sitting like this, let's just say it was sitting right there. But just imagine the plank is going out here like this. I'd bring this to where that would almost line up with it. Set it on here. Like I said, I go about 1/8 of an inch on each side, mark it there, mark it there. I'm going to put an arrow so I know these are the marks I'm going to use. Then I bring this with paper so I don't want it to stick to it, line it against this one, mark this about right there. I'll put a mark so I know that's this one. Now, I'm going to line this up on the edge so I keep my straight edge, keep it square. It's right there. So on that mark, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to find it. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I'll go inside. And since it's a little bit wider, I'm going to have to go right there. Because I know I'm going to cut this out. Now, I'll flip this so this edge goes on here. And right there is my mark to that one, so I know I'm going to cut this to there. Flip that over. I'll put it down this one so you can see there's the mark. So I got this on the edge so it's nice and straight. So I'm going to go right to that mark. So I'm going to cut that. I'll just go about right there. Now I know I can go to here. And there's my mark where I want. And I can bring this down. Lay it on so straight. Bring that down there. And that's my notch where I want it to be. So I'm going to try not to disturb this and I'll get it the best that I can. Literally, what I will do, let me cut it this way. And you don't have to have the edge on it. I just do it freehand. I go like that, just scar it. There. And if you go past a little bit, it's fine, because remember, by the time you put this on, you put base molder on it, this is all going to be covered through here. Now, try not to move that so I want it to fit right. Then I'll try to go right here. And that's it. And I will have usually a scrap piece of this laying down, and I'll be doing my scarring over that. So now I'm going to go this way. I'll do the same on this side. And literally, it'll break loose. Spin it a little bit. It's breaking loose. Then you fold it down. And that's it. That's simple. So now when we go to lay this, you can lay it on this other piece, and it should fit right over. There you go. And there's my mark. That's simple. I mean, that's how easy this is. And if you had maybe angle or something, or like I was using it around the toilet, I'll just take this and just cut around. You can make a circle, or if this is not quite enough, I can just go down there and just take a little more of an edge off. Well, I don't have to worry about a razor trying to cut it more. I can just take this and trim a little bit more off to make it fit right. Like going this way. Whatever I need. So these are the basic tools I used. Lay that down there, and when I was laying it, one tip for laying, I would set it like this on its edge, and then bring it down, make sure it's nice and tight, and I'll actually kind of pull over and bring the seam down as I went. And that way the joint would stay nice and tight. Of course, this isn't sticking right now because it's got a lot of dirt on it. And that's basically what it looks like, and you can barely see that joint. And that would sit in there like that. Oops. And that go around your wall for the closet. By the time you put your molding back on, all this is going to be gone, and it's a beautiful fit. Not bad looking. Really not much else to do. This is very, very simple floor to lay down. Just take your time. Make sure you butt these up nicely. See, it comes off because it's not sticky. But I will say, where's my edge? This one. So actually, I had to cut that. But when you're butting them end to end, again, lay it up. Make sure you get it right to where you want, and then you just lay it down. So all you have to do, you just take that and score it a couple of times, just like I did that. Bend this, it'll break right in half, and that's it. I mean, there's really, really not a lot. It's not complicated. Very basic tools. Very simple. You scar line, snap it, or in this case, you kind of bend it and it'll break. And then just pull it out. There you go, is your notch. Or you could use these, cut it in, scribe it, and bust it. Either way, it's up to you. Very simple, very easy, very basic. Easy floor to literally lay down in one day. Simple, easy. So let's watch a video real quick. Very, very basic and very simple. I said I'm surprised how easy it went. Mainly just paying attention to what I was doing. Got a couple of these stuck together, had to pull them off. Then I realized to use the paper between these to lay it down on this edge and lay it down and make sure I had the right fit. Got any questions? Always in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I try to go through all the questions, as many as I can get to once a week. There's not much else to say. Basic tools, basic floor, decent result. Again, this is an economical solution versus 3 or 4 times the expense on a nice wood floor. It will last. It says a 25-year residential, but again, I've heard other stories about it, so I don't know how long it will last. If it's a heavy traffic area, you may get 7 or 8 years out of it. I don't know. I'm just going by what I've heard so far. I've not actually had any experience in this. This is the first time I've installed a floor like this. Thanks so much for watching. Be blessed. Take back a shack and build it for your sanity. Take a day and throw your new floor in. Very, very simple and easy. See you next video.